Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel, Reading Ideas. I've been tagged by Book Chat with Pat. Very, very nice lady. It's really quite funny. We don't always agree on what we like to read, but she really is very kind, includes everybody, interested in reading. I think she's an ex-English teacher, so yeah, she's doing really well with the channel, so thank you very much for tagging me, Pat. And I got a couple of other people to thank. So this is a tag, it's called Counting the Days. So it's looking forward to books to read, and this is put together by two channels, To Read As It May Concern and Prose and Petticoats. What great channel names, Prose and Petticoats. So if you check those out, and you'll have already checked out Pat, no doubt. Okay, so is it the first tag? Oh, I've got a message coming in. It says, "What is a book that excites you because of its cover?" Okay, so I've got a couple of covers to show you that I like. That Gengis Khan one, that had me excited to read that. Look at that. The Gladiators, what the film The Gladiator was based on. Those About to Die Salute You, by Daniel P. Mannix. Done a review of that. It's an amazing book. Let's see if you can find a copy of that. This one, Robert Graves' Goodbye to All That. A war book, but that cover, you get the feeling of war. But those two soldiers there that are drawn, just a little bit stiff, almost a bit pathetic, So just kind of gives an atmosphere of war. But how about this? So I'm going to be reading this soon, and look at that for a cover, Frankenstein. Wow. Now if that doesn't get you excited about reading Frankenstein, look at that. Absolutely beautiful cover. So yeah, so I'll settle on the Frankenstein. Secondly, gets you excited about it because of the author. Okay, now I read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Now, without realising it, I've avoided, anything that's been like a famous film. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Frankenstein. If it's been a film, I've kind of like never bothered reading the book because it's kind of like you've seen the film. So just avoided it, more than I realised. But wow, what a book. So that's fabulously written. So Robert Louis Stevenson is the author that I searched out. Whoops. And I've got some absolutely beautiful books. Weir of Herminston, Travels with a Donkey in Cevennes, The Master of Ballantrae, and Across the Plains. But what I will be reading, Treasure Island. I'm going to give Treasure Island a go. I'm really looking forward to that after Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So I'm expecting that to be absolutely fabulous. 3, because of its premise. Okay, the master of books with a premise, I believe, is George Orwell. Yeah, George Orwell's... Whoops. Switch that around. George Orwell. Down and Out in London and Paris. The Road to Wigan Pier. But a book with a premise. Animal Farm. Okay. Yeah. Some animals better than other animals. Yeah. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. Wow. Yeah. He's a master of premise, and we may have a bit of an echo later. 4, a book because of its style. The first author that I got into purely on writing style was Hemingway, and this is a bit of a double bubble. I thought I'd read, apart from Death in the Afternoon, the bullfight book, which I will get around to reading, and I'd read everything of Hemingway, all his short stories. I'd checked and rechecked and read everything, and then, mysteriously, it came out. True at First Light, a book that he hadn't quite finished. So, written when Hemingway returned from his 1953 safari and edited by his son Patrick. So they obviously found this, it wasn't quite complete, and this came out. Not as great as his other writing, because obviously he didn't get to finish it, didn't get to edit it. But yeah, it was kind of like an unfinished, an unknown Hemingway book. It was like, I couldn't wait to get hold of this. And then it happened again. A sensational bestseller when it appeared in 1986. That's long after he died. The Garden of Eden is the last uncompleted novel of Ernest Hemingway, which he worked on intermittently from 1946 until his death in 61. So from 61, it wasn't published until 86. And this is it kind of wanders around. Again, he's not had a chance to edit it, not had a chance to kind of finish it, but what a book that is about. The changing morals. Yeah. So worth a read. Yeah. So yeah, happened twice. You have a favourite author. You think you've read everything, and there's an unpublished work. Yeah, The Garden of Eden by Ernest Hemingway. And 5, because of its influence. It's a book because of its influence. And where are we? So only one, and it's an author that I've already mentioned. George Orwell's 1984. Has any modern book had a greater influence? 1984. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, what a powerful book. It's so many lessons in there. And, any time any of the politicians get up to something a bit dodgy, it's 1984! It's 1984! So, yeah, has there been a book with a bigger influence than 1984? Okay, a book you're looking forward to read because of its emotional weight. Well, what I was looking forward to read with its emotional weight and physical weight, The Count of Monte Cristo. It's a famous story. I don't think I'm giving away the plot. He gets a bit mistreated at the start, doesn't he? So, yeah, I was looking forward to reading this. I read this year. What a fabulous book. 1,243 pages. How has that remained in my memory? I don't know. But, yeah, that was great. So, an emotional weight, a physical weight, and a bit of a mental weight. Getting through that. What a book, what a book, what a book. But I'd also give an honourable mention for a book with an emotional weight. Jane Eyre. Yeah, I think a lot of people's favourite book with powerful emotions throughout. So if you're looking for something with an emotional punch, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. What a family, the Brontes. Oh, to have been a fly on the wall. Oh, to go around for tea. Tea and tea biscuits. Yeah. Sorry, bit of a cold. 7, because of its sense of humour. Now I am researching out slowly, not in any rush. I've got way too many books in the TBR to be worrying about chasing down anything in particular. Is Spike Milligan, so shout out to Spike Milligan, particularly his Second World War books. You know, Hitler is Part in My Downfall. I read all those. My friends read all those when we were younger. Hilarious. You know, Spike Milligan, he's sick. Was it Hitler? Attack while they're attack while the numbers are down. So I've not read any, but I've picked up a pile of P.G. Wodehouse. So that's a big pile of comedies to look forward to. And I would class it as a comedy. One of the greatest. And if you haven't read it, oh my word, you are in for a treat. Anything by Jane Austen, wonderful English comedy, but Pride and Prejudice, it's going to last forever, isn't it? But as a comedy that I bought, looking forward to read, I have heard some mixed reviews. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I nearly picked this under premise. But no, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Very famous book. Comedy. Looking forward to that. Fingers crossed, it's a good one. And lastly, Because of Its Challenge or Difficulty. Now, this year I picked up a massive pile of Russian literature. I am with Mr. Turgenev at the moment. His Sketches from a Hunter's Album is beautiful. I read Rudin, and I am currently reading Fathers and Sons. But somebody on my list who I've heard could be quite difficult. So mixed feelings. Mr. Dostoevsky. I've got The Devils. I've got the second half of the Brothers Karamazov, so I'm looking out for that. That's particularly the one I think I'm looking forward to. Crime and Punishment. Notes from Underground, White Nights, Dreams of a Ridiculous Man, and selections from House of the Dead. And this is also the House of the Dead and the Gambler, so I think it's got different short stories in. So, Mr. Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment, and the Brothers Karamazov. So, thank you very much, Pat. I will check through the people that Pat has tagged, and I'll see if there's people that she's missed, and I'll tag those afterwards. Happy reading, everybody. I hope that's given you some food for thought, ideas for future reading. Bye for now.